Hey everyone, it's IO, and have you seen Bitcoin lately? It just blasted past $84,000. The entire crypto market is back above a $2.69 trillion valuation, and we're finally seeing some green after months of red. But here's the thing, most people are still too scared to get in. They see the headlines about regulation, they remember the crashes, and they think they've missed the boat. But let me tell you, as someone who's been in the game for a while now, this fear is actually a good thing. It means opportunity. The question is, are you going to let it pass you by? Think about it. Back in March 2020, when the world was freaking out, Bitcoin was trading for under $4,000. Those who bought then, those who saw the potential amidst the chaos, those are the ones sitting on life-changing gains right now. And guess what? We're seeing that same kind of fear in the market today. The fear and greed index is at its lowest in months, which tells me one thing: the smart money is about to make its move.
All right, let's break down exactly what's happening in the market right now. Bitcoin is up, Ethereum is up, even some of those meme coins everyone's talking about are through the roof. But don't let the hype fool you. There's a lot more to this story than meets the eye. Yes, Bitcoin just hit $84,000 and 0.85% jump overnight, and the entire market cap is climbing. That's the headline. But what they don't tell you is that trading volume is actually down over 26%. That's right. Less buying is happening even with prices going up. Why? Because people are scared. They're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and that fear, my friends, is creating the perfect buying opportunity. Remember, the market runs on cycles. We go through periods of extreme greed, where everyone and their grandma wants in on the next big thing. And then we go through periods of fear and uncertainty, where everyone heads for the exits. Right now, we're in that fear phase. People are selling, they're panicking, and that's driving the price down even though the fundamentals of crypto haven't changed. This is exactly the time to be greedy when others are fearful. This is when you can find incredible deals on solid projects that are being unfairly punished by the market. Think of it like this. If you could buy a piece of Amazon back in 2009 when everyone thought the internet was dead, wouldn't you do it? This is your chance to do the same thing with crypto. Now I know what you're thinking. Graham, this sounds great, but where do I even start? Well, that's what we're going to talk about right now. Because while the overall market might be down, there are some coins out there that are absolutely exploding right now. And no, I'm not talking about Dogecoin or Shiba Inu. If you want to find the real opportunities in crypto, you have to look beyond the headlines. Forget Bitcoin and Ethereum for a second, those are the obvious ones. I'm talking about the coins that are flying under the radar, the ones that are quietly building momentum while everyone else is busy panicking. Today, we're seeing some interesting movement from coins like Core, Jasmy, Trump, Tau, and Hype. These aren't your typical blue-chip cryptos, but they're making waves right now. And here's why. They're driven by community engagement and real-world utility. Take Trump, for example. Just yesterday, they unlocked 40 million tokens, worth over $320 million, and flooded the market. Now, that might sound crazy, but it's actually a strategic move to attract new investors and create buzz. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and buy all of these coins right now. What I am saying is that you need to be paying attention to the trends. Look for projects that are building strong communities, that are solving real-world problems, and that have a clear vision for the future. Of course, you can't forget about the fundamentals. Solana and Ethereum, for example, are still two of the most promising projects in the space. They're seeing a surge in developer activity, they're constantly innovating, and they have the potential to revolutionize entire industries. Here's a quick question for you. What's riskier? Chasing after the latest meme coin hoping to get rich quick, or ignoring the real innovation happening in the space and missing out on the next Solana? Drop your answer in the comments below.
Let's be real, the past month has been a wild ride, even for crypto. We've had everything from President Trump slapping new tariffs on global trade to the US Justice Department completely disbanding its crypto enforcement unit. It's enough to make anyone's head spin. First, we had the tariff drama. Bitcoin and Ethereum both took a hit, dropping 4 to 5% in a single day. But then, just as quickly, rumors of a tariff pause sparked a relief rally. This just goes to show you how sensitive the market is to news and sentiment. Then, we had the bombshell announcement from the Justice Department. They're basically waving the white flag on crypto regulations, signaling a major shift in policy. This is huge news, especially if you're living in a major financial hub like New York, London, Toronto, or Sydney. Governments are finally realizing that they can't ignore crypto anymore, and they're starting to create regulations that are actually friendly to innovation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Graham, this is all well and good, but how do I actually make money from this? And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, the key is to understand that volatility is part of the game. The market will go up, the market will go down. That's just how it works. But by understanding the macro factors at play, you can start to anticipate these moves and position yourself accordingly.
Here's something they don't want you to know. Institutional investors, the big players with deep pockets, they're not running scared. In fact, they're quietly positioning themselves for what could be a massive crypto rebound in the third quarter. You see, while venture capital investments in crypto are down over 40%, that's actually a bullish signal. Why? Because it means we're weeding out the weak projects, the hype-driven scams, and the unsustainable business models. What's left are the strong projects, the ones with real potential, and that's where the smart money is flowing. Don't believe me? Look at Bitcoin. Just a few weeks ago, it dipped below $77,000, and everyone freaked out. But guess what? It quickly rebounded, showing strong buyer interest at that level. This is classic institutional investor behavior. They're accumulating during times of uncertainty, building up their positions before the next bull run. Remember, these guys are playing the long game. They're not interested in making a quick buck. They're looking for long-term sustainable growth. And right now, they see that growth potential in crypto. So the next time you see a scary headline about crypto, don't panic. Think of it as a buying opportunity. Think of it as a chance to get in before the rest of the world catches on.
Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Crypto is risky. There's volatility, there are scams, and there's always the chance that you could lose everything. But that doesn't mean you should stay away altogether. It just means you need to be smart about how you invest. First and foremost, never invest more than you can afford to lose. This is rule number 1 in any type of investing, but it's especially true in crypto. Second, diversify your portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, especially if that basket is a meme coin with a picture of a dog on it. Instead, spread your investments across different projects, different sectors, and even different asset classes. Third, use stop-loss orders. These are your friends. A stop-loss order is basically an automatic sell order that gets triggered if the price of a coin drops below a certain level. This helps you limit your losses and protects you from getting wiped out in a flash crash. Another great strategy is dollar cost averaging, or DCA. This is where you invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of the price. This helps you average out your entry point and reduces the impact of volatility. I've got a friend in Toronto who's been DCAing into Ethereum since the bear market of 2022 to 2023. Guess what? He's sitting on triple-digit returns right now, while all the people who tried to time the bottom missed out. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Slow and steady wins the race, especially in the world of crypto.
All right, let's talk about the dark side of crypto, the scams, the hacks, and the security risks that keep me up at night. Because let's face it, as much as we love the potential of this technology, there are still people out there who want to take advantage of it for their own gain. Just last week, KiloX, a decentralized exchange, got hit with a $7.5 million exploit. That's right, $7.5 million. Gone just like that. And it's not just small platforms either. Even the big players are vulnerable. Remember the Mt. Gox hack? That was over $460 million stolen. So what can you do to protect yourself? First and foremost, use a hardware wallet for any significant crypto holdings. Think of it like a physical vault for your digital assets. It's the safest way to store your crypto offline, away from the prying eyes of hackers. Second, be extremely careful about the exchanges and platforms you use. Stick to reputable, well-established companies with a proven track record of security. Do your research, read reviews, and don't trust anything that seems too good to be true. Finally, and this is probably the most important one, educate yourself. Learn about the different types of scams out there, understand how to spot them, and always double-check everything before you hit that send button. Remember, in the world of crypto, knowledge is power. The more you know about the risks, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself and your investments.
So, there you have it. The crypto market is back and it's more exciting than ever. But, here's the thing. Are you going to be a spectator or are you going to be a player? Are you going to let fear hold you back? Or are you going to seize this opportunity and build the financial future you deserve? If you're serious about building long-term wealth, now is the time to act. While everyone else is panicking, the smart money is quietly positioning itself for the next bull run. Don't get left behind. Hit that subscribe button for more expert insights. And let me know in the comments, what's your biggest crypto fear right now? Let's talk about it. And hey, if you're ready to take your crypto game to the next level, make sure to check out my next video on how to build a bulletproof crypto portfolio in 2025. Just tap the end screen to watch it now. Don't let fear keep you from your financial breakthrough. I'll see you there.